Hey everyone, it's Chaz with Web20. Hey, we're in video 2 of our anchor text series that we're talking about how to set up anchor text, before we do any type of backlinking, we want to do it with a strategy, right? Everything we do has to be thought out using a very in-depth strategy. So that way we get consistent results. Just don't go out and just start building links without using some type of strategy. Whether you want to use ours, some other companies, if you if you afford SEO Jet or whatever they are, you can use them. They have a decent strategy. Any strategy, though, is probably better than just randomly building links. So let's get back into first video. We discussed all the setup, right? We went into detail on how to set this stuff up, what information we need to gather, how to pull our reports, find our competitor. What we talked about, deep links, which is super important. Our target page, how to determine that. So now we're into actually creating our anchor text, and then we're going to decide which anchor text goes with which type of link. Because it's not only what anchor text to use, but it's what anchor to use with what type of link. So there's actually a strategy there as well. So let's go in here to our main anchors once and take a look at this. So you can see I've already set this up. Using our 3 exact keywords that we talked about earlier: white label SEO, white label SEO services, and white label SEO company. Up here, I have our target URL for fast reference. I have our deep link URL. I have our competitor's URL. And here's the percentages you can use if you want, if you estimate. Just understand that if you're using tools to estimate this stuff, it's probably way off. Okay, it doesn't really doesn't do a good job of showing Web 2 links or profile links, and if Google crawled those, they do become part of the backlink profile. So you have to keep that in consideration. So exact match, we don't really need to go into any detail there. Self-explanatory, right? Those are our money keywords, the big search volume. Those are the things that we want to target and we want to move up rankings for. So what we do with exact match then is we take that and we break them apart and we create partials. These are partial keywords. Partial match. It's parts of our exact keyword. Literally break it apart and put it down here. So you can see how I broke this apart. We took white label SEO and we broke it into white label and then SEO. We broke out white label company, broke out the SEO from that. So you can just see how we broke them apart. And again, as long as you break them apart, it becomes partial match. Going to be a nice strategy that we're going to incorporate with some of our juice links, as you'll see in a little while. The next thing that we do is we create long tails. So how do we create long tails? We take our exact match, copy it over here, and then add words to it. You can switch them around if you want to. So you don't have to keep the phrases in order. You could switch it around a little bit. But the idea is to have your main phrase and then add words, modifiers or descriptors to that to make them a long tail, right? But they do still contain, something very close to your exact phrase in there. So create those. Going to become important with those more powerful links. Variations. So now we take our keywords and we start creating variations of those. So instead of white label, we get white labeled. Instead of SEO, we get website ranking. Instead of SEO, we get search engine optimization. You get web optimization. You get white labeling, right? You get all this stuff. Instead of company, you get firm and agency. So you start creating variations of all your keywords, and you can literally just go down your list, create your variations, paste them over here. This is going to be obviously, so you can see there's fewer exact, and then we get just more and more variations as we go across. The next one's discover. This is what we discover from our competitor, and we actually discovered this by doing a backlink search for the Hoth. So we found some, and not only them, but just some common sense stuff too, but things like SEO services and packages. That was one. So we're going to actually steal some of the Hoth's discovered anchor text and use it for ourselves. A business specializing in SEO campaigns, etc. Right? Very self-explanatory. Get a list of those down there. And you can see you don't have to create huge lists of these because it would be nice to think that you can create 6 or 12 months worth of anchor text, but it's pointless to do so because SEO is constantly fluctuating. You're competing with other companies. Backlink profiles are changing all the time, even at like the 3rd or 4th level back, right? Stuff that you have zero control over. So the links that you're getting, their backlink profiles are changing and their backlink profiles are changing. So it's a constantly fluid situation. So don't be super rigid on this. You literally set up enough for a couple, 2 or 3 months. You might even be changing after month 2. Okay. Don't lock yourself in a box with SEO. SEO, you stay fluid with it and you constantly tweak and adjust as you go forward in your campaign. So that's what I like to call my main anchors. These are my main anchors, which I'm going to use for my main juice links, my links that push page rank. They're do follow. They're, I use niche placements and guest posts for those. Some people use PBNs. That's what I'm using my main anchors for. We'll get into more of that in a couple minutes. Let's take a look at supplemental anchors though. So what are supplemental anchors? Those are things like your brand plus, page title, URL, generic. Some people break them out even further. I find using these 5 definitely very thorough, comprehensive, but you're not overdoing it either, right? I see some people breaking out 12 or 15 different anchor types. There's really no need to do that, okay? So brand name, obviously Web 20 can be written a few different ways, and these are some of the ways it's written, so I just write those down. And as we do different type of branded link building, I don't have to always send the same type of brand links. I have some variations here that are written, easy to go find. Brand plus. So you can think of brand plus as more of a brand plus the partial. So I don't, here's one exact match, right? But all the other ones are really brand partials, but it's brand plus part of your keywords, right? So keep it safe. You don't want to use brand plus exact match all the time. It's more brand plus partial. I just want to make that clear. Next is your page title. So the title of your target page, go up and pull that. If you look here, here's our, the whole page title is this. White label SEO campaigns, wholesale SEO services, Web 20 ranker. Linking to your page title looks very, very natural. All right, even though it contains our keyword here, it looks very, very natural to Google. All right, so I highly recommend that you incorporate this, whether you use our template or somebody else's. Get page title in there because it does look natural and it's a very, very effective anchor text to use. The next anchor text I have are actually a few different URL, but I have to put a caveat on here. So there are URL links, right? They're naked links, they're URLs, but I'm always going to link to the correct page. Even though I have www here, I'm not linking to the www version because I don't actually have that on my website, right? So let's actually take a look. All those links are going to go to this page, this exact URL. So please keep that in mind, even though, so these are actually anchor text, okay? Because even though this is the exact one here, this is a exact URL link, these are actually going to be anchored text, okay? Because this is not the exact URL, especially the ones with www. They're anchor text, but they're going to link to the exact URL. So keep that in mind. And then I have just a list of generic. And again, you'll get this. I'll share this with you. You can have this list of generic. These are the link types that I use and I find super effective, right? I don't find it necessary to break out generic into natural or URL into www and domain name and this and that. I don't find any of that necessary. Some people do. I think they just overcomplicate things unnecessarily, right? This is really important. Please get this stuff, you don't want to just say, oh, I'm going to use exact brand and URL. You want to get variations in here. You want to get long tails. You want to discover what other people are using, and you want to create a nice mix of that. So that's how we set up our actual anchor text. Okay, so that was about 10 minutes I went through there. The next part of it's actually our linking strategy once this is set up. And again, this is very in depth. It covers pretty much every type of link that we build. If you build PBNs, you'd probably have a PBN section in here. We don't. Now we sell PBNs, but we don't build PBNs for our campaigns. These are the type of links that we build for managed SEO campaigns, and this is the type of anchor text we use for each one of them. This is what we target, and then here's some notes. So let's just briefly run through it so that there's no confusion on this. I'll try to do this in maybe 5 minutes. It's definitely worth it though. Please just follow along. I'll try to go fast, but I want to cover some of this because it's super important how we do this. Okay, so what we build early on in a campaign would be the foundation links. So we build social accounts, we build press releases, we build business listings. Social accounts, usually home or location pages, right? So that doesn't apply to our target page in this case. But when we do build those, this is what we do. We use brand or URL, we target home and location pages, and we try to add exact match keywords to descriptions. Press releases. Now we do build press releases to service or product pages. So this would apply in our case. We also build them to home and location. When we do press releases, we use brand and URL links. If it's a local company, we will target Google Maps Places URL using exact match keyword. But for a national company like this, we would use brand and URL. Business listings. We target home or location pages, so it doesn't apply in this case. But if we were using it, we would use brand or URL links, and we would add exact match keywords to the descriptions. Niche and authority directory links. What is this? This is Hilltop, right? If you have studied SEO at a higher level, you know what Hilltop is. Hilltop tells you you want to be in these things, okay? Industry directories, authority directories, get in them. Whether you're a local company or a national company, you want to be in these. What we use, it would be brand and URL for both of them. Again, we would target home or location pages with these. So it doesn't apply in this case because we're targeting an inner service page. But if we used them, we would add exact match keywords to the descriptions for both of those. Brand links, branded web 20s, branded profiles, branded media sites. We use brand URLs for all of those. What to target? We target home, location, or service pages. So this does apply in this case. We would build some brand links to this page. We'd do a press release to the page. We'd build some brand links. We would use brand URLs. Here's where we get some, this goes right back to basic PageRank, how PageRank works. Add your keyword and brand next to the URL links, and add your keyword next to brand anchored links. Okay, so if you're using a brand anchor text in the content of one of your web 2s, add your keyword next to that. If it's a naked URL, add your keyword and brand next to that. Not as part of the anchor text, just beside your actual link. PageRank looks at what the words surrounding your actual links. Okay, so important to add those. The next type of links that we build are YouTube links, and those are in the YouTube video descriptions. For those, we use URL links because that's all they allow us to use. For those, we would target home, location, and service product pages. So this would apply in this case. So in this case, we will build YouTube links to this page. Again, next to that URL, add your keyword and brand, right? That's PageRank. That goes back to very basic PageRank, how it works. It looks at those keywords next to your URL links to help pass relevancy. The next type of links that we do are infographic links. Those are like infographic sharing sites. For those, these are actually considered deep links. So these don't actually go to any of our home, location, or service pages. They target our blog posts. These are deep links. So in this case, they would apply. The anchor text we use there would be page title, URL, or generic. We're going to try to use page title most of the time. If we use URL, though, we're going to add our keyword and brand next to that, right? So there's deep linking using infographics. The next one is what I'm calling relevant links. These are the links that are designed to pass PageRank. Some of these pass PageRank, don't get me wrong, but these are designed to pass maximum PageRank. They're the juice links. They're the ones that are going to move you up the SERPs, okay? So we use 3 different types. We like to call them niche guest posts, niche placements, and niche Web 2 articles. Think on like, if there's like a forum blogger or a medium about a certain niche, that's what this is. These are like contributor articles to niche Web 2s. Sorry about that. So this is where we actually use real anchor text, guys. Okay, so main keywords, plus we use brand plus, and we use page title. We target, for our guest posts, we target home, location, service pages, or blog posts. So this would apply in this case. And we could target our blog posts. All right, so these would be deep links. I like to do, if I'm using guest posts to a page, I like to use 50% of them as deep links. So 50% of them going to the blog posts and only half of them going to the actual page I'm targeting. Makes it look super natural to do this, and it's super, super effective. And one other caveat to mention is if you're using a branded anchor, add your keyword next to that, right? It's the same idea for the URL links. Make sure you add that. Very important. Niche placements, we don't actually do that to the blog posts. These we target the main pages, so the home, location, or service page that we're ranking. We're going to hit our these are heavy hitters. These are some of the best links out there for the price, and they're super heavy hitters. We're going to use main keywords, brand plus, and page title. We'll get into a few minutes in a few more minutes. We'll actually get into how we do these, but this is what we use. The next one is niche Web 2 articles, and we use those the same way we use guest posts. We target home, location, service, product pages, or blog posts, and 50% of those, when we use them, are deep links. So let's take a little bit deeper dive into this area right here. Main keywords, brand plus, page title. What does this actually mean when I say this, right? So a monthly campaign. My monthly campaigns, they get 5 guest posts, unless they're like super high comp and they ordered some bigger package, then they get 10, but they get 5 guest posts. So we have 5 of these links to work with. Mid and high comp get 5 or 10 of these. So we have 5 or 10 of these to work with. These niche Web 2 articles, they're included with the guest posts. So they're actually included with, I can't say you get 5 guest posts. You get more like 3 or 4 guest posts and 1 or 2 of these. And these are not article sharing directories, though. These are high quality, niche relevant blogs. Okay, like very well built out mediums that somebody's on there blogging all the time. These are super high quality. So that's in there, but when we're using them, the idea is we have 5 of those guest posts and those blog articles. Okay, so link 1 gets this, link 2 gets this, link 3 gets this, link 4 gets this, link 5 gets this. All right, combine that with all the other link building that we're going to be doing to that page. So 1 month it'll get a press release, right? So 1 month we're going to get a press release to that page using brand and URL. So we know it's very well pillowed. The next month we'll get brand links to it. So we know it's very well pillowed. 1 month we'll get YouTube links. So again, very well pillowed. So we're pillowing these links all the time. But this is very, very simple. Link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, link 5. If they get niche placements, link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, link 5, right? And then if they got more brand links or whatever, they get link 6, link 7, link 8. And suddenly you have a very, very good, very powerful anchor text strategy that you're employing. You won't over optimize using this. You'll target a ton of variations, a ton of anchor text that your competitors are using, and you're going to use advanced SEO tactics like deep linking, putting co-occurrence together, right? Making sure your keywords are next to your links, your URL links. So using this strategy, it produces incredible results when you use it correctly. If you have any questions about it at all, definitely let me know. People say, well, can I repeat this next month? You can. Yes, I'll absolutely repeat this next month, because you're definitely pillowed enough. And you can see our competitor, right? They're telling us our competitor used it 7 times, 11% of their, which is not correct at all. But think about this. If we're repeating this, this gives us 7 months that we could repeat this exact match. And we're definitely not going to be at 11%. We're going to be down where we need to, because we're going to be doing all the other type of link building that I discussed. We're going to be using variations and discovered. And we're going to be packing this site with quality links using a very smart and intelligent anchor text strategy. So you can absolutely repeat your anchors in the next month. What I would do is I'd do month 1, I'd do all of these, then I'd go down through and I'd run out these. If it's higher comp, I'd start running back through these, or the second month I'd start right here and run down through. And it depends on how high comp you are, right? So the more competition, the higher competition, more likely you're going to need to use these more often. But if you just use them intelligently and you understand that you have to just don't build 10 white label SEO links your first month. Build one and then build this one and this one and this one, and then build this, and this. And then take a look at your SERP tracker and reevaluate where you are. And you'll see exactly what you need to do next month. Next month, build this one, and then use all of these, and then this one the following month. Then you're at month 3 and you're saying, well, I'm out of exact match. What do I do? Evaluate where you are and determine if you need to use this one again, which you probably will, because you can see our competitor used it 7 times. But he's also using redirects that I discovered and a bunch of other sneaky tactics that we can't see. So yeah, you have to repeat this, but you don't have to repeat it 10 times in the first month. So using this strategy, you're going to have awesome results. You're going to have consistent results, and you're going to have safe, effective results. So hopefully it helps you bring your anchor text game to another level. Thanks for watching. I'm Chaz. If you have any questions at all, hit me up at SEO@web20ranker.com, SEO@web20ranker.com.